Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for the review. I'm doing it freehand today outside Stamford Bridge. 1-1 the score against Brighton. I think we've just fumbled the bag. I think we've just given up the title race, if we was even in it. The little horse, as Jose Mourinho will call us. Liverpool and Chelsea decided to hold hands this week and make this a farmers league. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, we didn't really deserve to get the win. We would have got out there on a sly one, stealing a point, stealing the 3 points. But Brighton fully deserved their equaliser with Danny Welbeck. We didn't have any control. You know, second half we were giving the ball away. We gave it away quite a bit in the first half as well. Jorginho Kova, you know, we were having turnovers. We had injuries as well. Bad news for Christensen coming out, for Trevor coming in for him. So kind of forced Tuchel's hands from a substitution point of view. Alonso had to come on for Reece James again, another player that went off earlier on in the first half. So again, forcing his hand on the substitution. And then the one substitution he did get to make, which was bringing in Kante to add in that third midfielder to try and regain control. I thought it was a great substitution, but it didn't work. It didn't get us over the line. And when I just look at this Chelsea team, I think to myself, who really applied themselves today? Who really had a good performance? The only person I could really say that I felt played really well was Lukaku. I thought Lukaku was really good, scored the goal, you know, was tenacious, was aggressive, was trying to link up the play, trying to make things happen. But apart from that, it wasn't great. I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. Obviously, they're only just coming back from COVID, some of them, from injury. We're one of the only teams not to have a break. But I don't want to make excuses, you know. The performance still needs to be stronger than that. We need to get through the game, and we didn't. Callum Hudson-Odoi was poor. Mason Mount, didn't really see much of him in the first half as well. Then when James came off, Callum was moved to the right-hand side in the second half with Alonso, obviously on the left-hand side with Mason Mount. Maybe that chemistry, he said, there's no point giving it a go. But Callum, again, not going to just throw down the bricks on him in terms of the performance. But in terms of that moment, 2v1, it's cost us the game. You have to make the right decision there. You've either got to go alone and shoot Callum, which is not something that he's great at, or you've got to find your other partner, your strike partner there in that 2v1. It was such a shocking decision. When you guys see the vlog tomorrow morning, you're going to see my reaction. I was absolutely livid with that moment. And that moment is the fine line between, you know, winning the game and not winning. I mean, we could have easily beaten this team 2-0, but we could have easily drawn 1-1. And that's the situation we were in, and it ended up going to a draw. So, you know, not good enough. It's a situation now where we've kind of allowed ourselves to get roped into a top 4 battle potentially. I'm hoping that doesn't, you know, become the situation and we finish third in a comfortable manner or second in a comfortable manner. We're very close, neck and neck with Liverpool, but you can't afford to drop the amount of points that we've dropped. And we've dropped points home to Burnley, we've dropped points home to Man United, we've dropped points home to Everton, we've dropped points home to now Brighton. It's far too many games that we're dropping points for, people, and at some point it's going to catch up to us, and I think that time is now. I mean, looking at overall, I think the defenders were really good today. I know they obviously conceded late on and we're disappointed not to get the clean sheet, but I thought Rudiger was immense in the first half. I thought, you know, Christensen, after picking up that little knock, he just, if anything, got stronger, got better for the rest of the first half before he was substituted. He was making crucial interceptions, crucial tackles, crucial blocks, and he was really, really good. Mendy had to make a few saves. But in the end, Chelsea tonight just didn't have the fluidity, didn't have they started well, they started aggressive, we started on the front foot, we looked like we were serious, we were dangerous. But again, I always say it, as the game goes on, if it is still 1-0, if it is dragging out and we're not clinical, we're not decisive in the final third, which we wasn't, and we don't get that second goal, we leave ourselves open to potentially getting fucked over. And that's exactly what happened. We left the door open, we left it ajar, and Brighton, like I said, fully deserved it. I think in midfield, they won the battle with Basuma in the first half. Second half, they definitely won the battle. They just cut through us like a knife through butter, constantly getting through the middle of the pitch, causing transitions, causing overloads in midfield, causing problems. Tariq Lamptey was cooking on the right-hand side with Alonso. I think that's why Reece James started over there on that left-hand side, just to defensively give that pace to go up against 1v1 with Tariq Lamptey, who was such a lovely, skillful player to watch. It was painful for me to have to watch Tariq Lamptey in a Brighton shirt on that right-hand side, weaving and dipping and diving and going through the motions and the paces on that right-hand side. He was looking really, really good. But listen, he's not our player anymore, and we know he's a quality player, and this is the issue. You know, in the last couple of years, we've got rid of Tino Livramento now and Tariq Lamptey, both who can play, both wing-backs, full-backs who can play on both flanks, very good technical individuals, and now we're left with no depth. And the biggest L today is not even the result, it's the fact that, again, like I said, we've got injuries, we've got players missing now. We go to Liverpool on Sunday with more issues, more problems. Silva got injured in the last game. Will he be ready and back? Who knows? Christensen's now out. We've got players in the back three that are all running out of contract on Saturday. Pre-contracts can be signed. It really is just absolute hell on earth, people. It's a terrible situation that we've got ourselves in, contract-wise. You know, in terms of, we need to step our game up in January and make moves for players, as we've been speaking about over the last few days. I was very excited to see Hudson-Odoi, Mason Mount and Lukaku as a front three, but unfortunately it was only Lukaku who really showed up in that first half, and second half really as well. So, you know, for me, people, it's a situation where we have to keep it moving. I think it's probably done, if I'm honest now. I did say we needed to win this game. We have got Liverpool on Sunday. You know, that is obviously a must win. But for me now, it's equally as important that we stay clear of Arsenal and Man United and Tottenham and West Ham. We don't get involved in that battle, as it is staying in the title race or trying to even be anywhere near City. And in terms of just closing the gap, I think winning it now is difficult. City obviously are in control. Liverpool fans will probably tell you that as well. Very, very, very minimal room for margin for error at the moment. But I just want to at least comfortably, you know, we was going through it before the game. Points-wise, we're way up from last season. Wins, goals scored, we're way up from last season. At this point under Frank Lampard, we have improved. We have had difficulties and struggles. Doesn't mean that every game is excused. This one certainly isn't. Everton wasn't either. But we have improved. So even if we don't win and it, you know, doesn't look like we are, at least close the gap, at least put in a stronger performance in the Premier League this season, and at least comfortably finish in the top three, hopefully top two if we can challenge with Liverpool, and actually show signs of progress. And then we go again in the summer, we go again in January, we make additions, we make signings, we start to clear out some of these players that shouldn't be here, and we start to shape this squad how Tuchel wants it to look. But that's going to take time, it's going to take patience. I think Tuchel's hands were tied behind his back a bit today with the substitutions, because he only had one sub, which was Kante, to try and close up the game. The other two substitutions were down to injuries, as we've spoken about already, so that's not easy to deal with. And listen, guys, this, at the end of the day, this is where we are, you know, this is what we're at. So I'm gonna go. I'm disappointed. It was great to go to the game. As you'll see in the match day vlog tomorrow, unfortunately, there's more than enough content for this poor result. And smash up the icons. Let me know in the comments what you guys made of the performances of Tariq Lamptey and Basuma for Brighton. A player, Basuma, I was talking about very, very minimal on Twitter over the summer in terms of maybe that midfielder that we could go after that might be a bit cheaper, a fourth man that could be in our pivot, when obviously Tchouameni and Declan Rice wasn't looking like happening. He was really good today, Basuma. Very press resistant, very, very good on the ball as always. Let me know what you thought of our performance in the comments. Give me feedback. And yeah. Stay tuned, the vlog is tomorrow, All You Can Eat Chelsea is tomorrow, and I'm pissed, not happy. In a bit, people. Peace.